All right, Rob here, Boricua Sons. This episode is brought to you in Probably Good Folks at Khamrah. And tonight, we are going to talk about the fragrance roundup for this week. I believe it's May 25th. Monday was Memorial Day, yes. So we didn't do a scent of the day for Monday because I was off and I was just doing stuff on the house, so I didn't really bother. But Tuesday until today we did, and we're gonna talk about two that are brand new. One that's been around the block a few years, one that's been around a hot minute, and we're gonna be doing the review of the new Khamrah Waha. So you're gonna hear it from me, not one of those paid influencers that, some are frankly just full of it. Stay tuned. All right, guys, if you will do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. That way I can keep this going for you. As I've said before, I love doing this. I love sharing the experience with these fragrances. And also, I really love when I get some feedback, questions, suggestions, all that kind of stuff. And as a matter of fact, the one I'm wearing right now was suggested. And it's absolutely killer. For the longest time, I was not going to pull the trigger because of what it looks like. Let me tell you, it's just nice. Okay, now let's start with Tuesday. So Tuesday, I wanted to go with a certified banger. Okay, we all know this one. We all love it. It's by that good friend said Dumont Nitro Intense. As you may know, or as you should know, this is their take on Creed Aventus. I love this thing. This is absolutely killer. Complete masculine awesomeness, and the best of all is that this thing is atomic. I did not have to reapply. I can't remember if I got a chance to come home Tuesday. I don't remember, but I know I didn't reapply because this thing is just wicked strong. And it just smells just completely badass. So get this now. I know they got the platinum, but based on all the reviews and everything I've seen, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but that one is basically just a whole bunch of pineapple, kind of like Caera Forsan, which, so I would just crank this one. I'm telling you guys, buy this one. This one's cheap because it's been around, and folks, they see the old ones and say, oh, I don't want that. So you can get them cheap, and this thing's atomic. Nitro Intense. Okay, let's see. Wednesday, if I remember correctly, was an extremely muggy day. It was so muggy that I remember I went outside to empty out the dehumidifier here in the basement / studio, and I was emptying the water. And I stepped outside and I'm like, oh dear God. So some folks say, oh, for a day like that, you need something very ambery, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, no. If I'm going to be around that muggy humidity that you can cut with a knife, I want something that is going to be so minty, so bright that it's just going to kill it. So I went with this one, which is brand new. It's by our friends at NFAR 1950, Laguna Rift. This is basically their take on Pacific Chill. This came out completely under the radar. Is it late to the game? Yes. However, if you are looking for a Pacific Chill inspo that is gonna last, project, stay with you at the very least 8 to 9 hours, which for me, this surpasses the much hyped Spectrum Chill. I know because I have a bottle of Spectrum Chill. I bought it not knowing what it was, and I fell for the influencers that I used to watch, but since then I'm like, no, this guy's full of shit. So I'm just blocking these people because you can tell. Well, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And so I got it, and I'm like, this is just Pacific Chill, but it's not that. I don't like it that much. This, however, this is brighter, this is mintier, this is fresher, and this is also an extrait. Guys, if you're in the market for a Pacific Chill clone, and you don't have Spectrum Chill, which everybody says, oh, the oil, the oil, the oil, the oil, oh my goodness, whatever. This is also an X-ray. I can't remember how much I paid for this thing, the 30s maybe. But the bottle is absolutely beautiful. Got the box. Here's the box. I think I showed it once already, but it's the artwork on this is beautiful. Okay. Beautiful box. Bottle is beautiful. This thing just kicks ass. I prefer this to Spectrum Chill and a host of others. There's a bunch that are really good, but I like this one a lot. This is really nice. So if you're in the market, I'll suggest you check it out. If you're not, if you would have an inspo, then don't worry about it. But this stuff is really good. I'm gonna drift. Okay, Thursday. I went with this one because it's one of these fragrances that you have, and they're just kind of sitting in the bag, you know, lonely, scared, and confused, and you're like, come on, let's go outside. So I went with Paris Corners / Emir, however you want to call it, Just Bergamot. Now, this one smells beautiful. The name says it all. This one smells beautiful, but unfortunately, longevity is not there. This one I did have to reapply. But you know, when I reapply, I just usually just hit it real quick, pop, pop around the neck, and that's it. When I got home at 5:30 or whatever, this was still there. So with this, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, depending on how much you spray. It'll stay in your clothes, obviously, a little longer, but on your skin, 5-6 hours. But it smells beautiful. I'm thinking of trying to figure out how I can layer this because basically the top note or the notes are here in the bottle. The notes are obviously bergamot, vetiver, and grapefruit. Heart notes, orange blossom, petitgrain, and amber. Base notes, musk, cedar, and vanilla. You would think that this thing is going to be beastly, but it's not. But it smells killer. So I would encourage you to pick this up. It's not expensive because it's been around. It smells. God, it smells so good. But let's see. It says here that manufacture date was March of 2025. Expires 3/20 of 30. Maybe I'll have it finished by then. I don't know. But still, this is nice. Just. Okay, and today I went with the new Khamrah Waha. Now, there has been some changes. For example, when I did the unboxing video last week, I believe, sometime last week, like most of these, if not all, I sprayed it, and I liked what I got. Sprayed a few times. Oh, this is sweet, but it's not like they're saying this is an aquatic monstrosity. Oh, wow. It smelled beautiful, absolutely. And I put it away for a week and a few days. Took it out today. In a week's time, this has changed already. I noticed a difference. So we are going to look at some notes, and I'm going to tell you what I'm getting out of this. You know, it's amazing. When this was brand new about a week and a half ago, everybody was glazing this thing like it was, I don't know, like God came down to earth and gave this to us, literally, and then he went back up to heaven. It's amazing how people are primarily the influencers, because the voting on this thing, it's not even a 4. So just food for thought. 9, I want to say 7 and 8 out of 10 of these influencers, they're out for this. They're full of shit. I'll say it just like it is because it's the truth. I'm going to tell you what you get when you spray this. last week, when I first sprayed it, the first thing I got in my nose is the original Khamrah. The first thing I got in my nose, and you can go back and look at my video. Got a handful of spray, so some oxygen in there. I'm detecting like the original Khamrah. Right out of the gate. The original Khamrah, right out of the gate. Which, it's scary. The first thing I got is the original Khamrah. Now, a week has gone by, in a few days. You're gonna think I'm absolutely crazy. And again, you can take my word or not. But yeah. What I think they did is they took this right here, okay? They took out all the shit that made it bad. And they blended it with that. Because this is now what you're getting more in the dry down after this thing has matured a week. When I first sprayed it, I got this, and I could pick up a little bit of the cucumber, and so it wasn't like I was like, oh my god, this is this is insanely awesome, because you know, I think I said on my video, it's good, but it's not blowing my skirt up. This is what I'm getting now, a week after I sprayed it. So let's grab another strip, because everybody stuck together. Yeah. And I tell people all the time I hate it when I'm right. This may be a crazy concoction that I just put here together. Yeah. That's what it is. They took this and blended it with this. It was like they had the execs or executives at La Tapa had a meeting, and they said to each other,
what do we do with all that Assad Zanzibar that nobody likes? We have a surplus of it. What do we do?
And the other guy goes,
Well, we have a lot of Khamrah. Let's just put them together. I'm sure people will buy it. That dude from Puerto Rico, he will buy it. No problem.
So there you go. Now, longevity is awesome. This is what I wore today, obviously. I did not reapply. Primarily because I didn't get a chance to come home. I got busy as hell. I didn't get a chance to come home. Wow. So let's look at Zanzibar real quick and see what I think they took out.
A few moments later.
I don't want to make... See, I wish that I could specifically say, but it seems to me that they kept those lavenders, the coconut water, the iris. Maybe they took out the incense. I don't know, but it's crazy. This on its own is just not pleasant. It's like they experimented something, it just didn't work, but they still put it out. But then you add this to it, and it just makes it, well, it makes it into this. It makes this better by just mixing in these two. So I'm not gonna run and tell you, oh my God, you have to go buy this right now. No, I would wait till you see the Burlington. Because right now the original is like what, $25 at Burlington, if I'm not mistaken. This one you don't really see hardly ever, unless you buy like the multi-pack. And if you want to experiment on your own, then yeah, get you the small one of this, and mix it with this, and you're gonna have this. If this is gonna sound crazy, if you're in the market for this, but you still, I mean, that's just expensive. You want to wait? I would say yes, wait. And if you have these two, burn your skin. You're gonna get this. Believe me, choose to believe me or not, it's up to you. You do you, boo. I would suggest wait. But if you have these two, layer them. You're gonna have this. So yeah, that is it for now. We are going to talk more later on this weekend because there are some new additions to the collection that I want to talk about. And there's a couple that I talked about last week that I still haven't had a chance to wear. It sucks. You spray one and then you're like, oh shit, I want to wear that one. Damn it. And you know how it is. So anyway, again, subscribe to the channel, help a brother out so I can keep this going for you guys. And we're gonna talk again this weekend. Comment, make suggestions, because like I said, the one I'm wearing right now, it's just good. I was not expected to like this. It's sweet, but it's good. Shit. All right, till the next time. Later.